project is based on wrestling, helping out with wrestling. But before I start with that, I'd like to tell you guys a little bit of my story about wrestling, how I got into it and that. So, okay, it all began back in the second grade. My dad one day just went like, hey, I heard there's like a wrestling program called Drillers. Would you like to try it? Me, a little youngster, saying, yeah, I was willing to try that since I just tried football and I liked that. I was saying I would like wrestling. So I started wrestling. I went there. I was all nervous. I had no idea what was going on, and it was just a big shocker. Like then, the practices were fun. I remember having a good time and whatnot. Then it came to the actual tournaments. The tournaments were a thing I did not like at all because the very first tournament I wrestled once. I got beaten pretty bad because I had no idea what to do. Then like a couple of tournaments after that, I had to wrestle, and that one was like just the worst one ever because I remember feeling so humiliated because I lost to a girl and she beat me pretty bad. That was awful. I wanted to quit right after that. And so for about next 5 years, all the way up till the 6th grade, I had just been pummeled during all the tournaments. Me and my dad each year were constantly butting heads and saying like, oh, I'm going to quit, Dad. I don't want to do this anymore. And he goes like, oh no, don't quit. You shouldn't quit at all. So my mom finally stepped in. Gage, you will stick with it, but and Jeff, my dad, you cannot push him anymore like harder, like make him force him to do what he wants to do. And we both agreed upon that. So it came around to the 7th grade. Over at West, they actually had a team similar to the high schools, and that's when I don't know if it's because like the coaches and practices like every day. It's like Drillers, the only one on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and like different coaches will come in, so you're not used to the same coach. But West, it's every single day you would practice, and then it's the same coaches, so you don't have to worry about them like teaching and reteaching you the same things or different moves and whatnot. So I actually started becoming better there. I did not make the starting lineup for the Western Intermediate team both the years, 7th and 8th grade, but and I was having trouble with grades, and I was became ineligible. So if I would have became ineligible, I would have probably quit wrestling. But Mr. Boyd, who's the counselor over at West, said, Gage, get your grades up because I want you on the wrestling team. I want you to wrestle for us. And that boosted my confidence. Like, oh, I really want to wrestle, and I want to get my grades up so I can do that. Because I thought that was pretty cool how Boyd said that to me. Then freshman year, I did pretty all right. I had about an even record. I can't remember what the record was, but I was on JV. Then my sophomore year, I was still on JV, I was doing a lot better. I improved a lot, working out during the summer, helped me go into different camps that Central put on. And during sophomore year, we were at the John Glenn Invite that Bay City John Glenn holds for JV. And our team took first, and we won a plaque. And so a whole bunch of guys were placed like second and first, so that was pretty cool that we won it. Later on at the banquet, Coach Klein, the JV coach then, he awarded me the plaque for leadership and determination and working hard through the year. So that was just like an awe moment because I really didn't think like I would get a plaque like that, be honored like that for the year. Then finally, junior year, I made varsity, but the thing was it was like 2 weight classes ahead of me. I was like about 160 because I got sick, and I was wrestling 189 kids. That was very difficult. Versus huge guys, and that put it down around me because I was hoping to have a better record, but also being my very first time doing varsity and wrestling 2 weight classes ahead of me, I didn't let it get to then this past senior year, I did substantially good until we versed like Lapeer and Bay City Central. We versed them. I lost both my matches against Lapeer and Bay City Central. After that, I went 3 weeks without winning a match, which was very tough on me because I was like, this is my senior year. I want this to be good. But then I started winning again, and because I fought through it, then my coaches kept saying, Gage, you probably have one of the toughest weight classes we've seen, so don't overwork yourself and just keep going through it, fight through it, which I did. And after that, I took 4th at conference after being seeded 2nd overall in the one-type conference. Then, we went on to districts, individuals, and I lost there, which was pretty disappointing. And then I was thinking about how I loved wrestling so much. Like after high school, I really got into it. Going, all right, I guess what was wrong as a kid. Like I didn't hate it at all. Actually, really liked this sport. And so I was thinking about how could I help get back to the wrestling community, which was my big question. And the way I was going to get back to the wrestling community is help out with the Mount Pleasant Drills, since that's where I first started. And now, my original plan was to have my own wrestling camp March 8th and the 7th of March, but that was during states, which Josh Schaefer was at, and so my coaches couldn't be there to actually help me, like watch you kids, make sure no one got hurt. So I couldn't do that. So this past Monday, I was able to do that, and I helped out with drillers. I taught the kids some moves. One of them was being a snap down. That's what I taught, and another one is a chicken wing, which is, you can see like the little kids running right here. And yeah, so why I did it is to help the young kids get better and hopefully be a bit of an inspiration, because I told them a little bit like what happened to me, like, and if you guys are like losing or something, you guys feel like you're in a dry spell, just keep pushing through it. You'll be fine. You'll get through it. And yeah. How it would benefit the community? It's not really like an actual like an Isabella community. It's like the wrestling community which I focused on. It's yeah, like I said in the last one, hopefully it'll benefit them by like showing like persevering through hard times and whatnot, and just like sticking with the sport, and yeah. And what I learned is that not everything goes to plan, because like I said, I couldn't do my camp like I was originally going to do. That was going to be about 2 hours long with the 5th and 6th graders, 5th through 8th.